The first thing I need to do is make sure that I'm not in full screen mode. If I'm in full screen mode as I am right now, I need to get out of that by clicking on the green icon right here. So if I click on the green light, it'll bring me out of full screen mode so that I can have tabs and windows to separate things and keep them organized on my screen. Before we get moving here, let's go ahead and make sure that Chrome does not leave our dock. So you want to click on Chrome, holding down the mouse, scrolling up to options, hold it down the whole time I'm holding down the mouse, and I say keep in dock. This way the Chrome icon never leaves the dock, and if I happen to quit out of it, come back the next day, it'll actually be on the dock, and all I have to do is click on it to get it back up again. Another thing I like to do is make sure that I have a right-click button on my mouse. So to get to the right-click button, I'm going to scroll down here to System Preferences, find it on your dock, click on System Preferences, find the mouse button here right in the middle, smack dab in the center, and on the right-hand side, I have the primary button on the left, that's good, but I want my secondary button to be on the left, so I come down here and I click on Secondary Button. Now that you've set your secondary button, you can just close out of System Preferences, and we can go back into the Schoology stream. Bronies, I'm going to talk you through a crash course in Schoology and how it relates to this technology class. So the first thing that you want to do is, you've already found this video, you're watching it right now, and you probably have Schoology open in the other tab where you found this video. So the first thing I'm going to need to do is drag this tab out of the current window that I'm in. So I'm going to click and drag it down and out, and then I'm going to arrange it on the right hand side of my screen like so. Once I have these two tabs separated, I'm going to move the one over to the right hand side so that I could see what the video is showing me, but I could be doing what the video is telling me to do over here on the left hand side. So there will be a time when I'm doing it as the video is showing me over here, I'm going to be doing it over here on the left hand side. So let's resize the window so I could see both the video instructions on this side of on the right hand side of my desktop, and be able to do what I'm doing over here on the left hand side. To resize the window, I go to the lower right hand side of the window and I click on that window, and you see that bi-directional arrow right there, and then I click and I can drag this window to resize it so that I can now see the video on the right and do my work on the left. So you want to have two squares open up on your screen. So I'm going to resize my windows just like this. So I have one working window over here, and the other side is my instructions. So let's take a brief side note here and just make sure that I am linked and synced. So I go up here to the upper right hand side of my Chrome window. I want to be in Chrome, not in Safari. If you're in Safari, close it, open up Chrome, and get back into this video. To do that, I'm going to click on my icon in the upper right hand side, and I'm going to turn on sync and link. So I'm going to turn on sync right here. It will ask me to turn in. Maybe I have my email already in there. If not, I'll place it in there and I'll hit next, and then I'll type in my password here if I have to. If not, I'm just going to select my name, and it should start syncing all of my apps. I'm going to link data over here, so I'm syncing and linking, sync and link, then click yes, I'm in. Now that I got that out of the way, I'm going to go over here to the Schoology tab and check out my courses. So I scroll down. You probably already did this to find the technology course that you are currently watching this video in. But if you click on courses, you'll see all the courses that you're currently enrolled in and where you're supposed to go. So down here in the bottom, I have my technology course. So just click on technology again if you aren't already there and not seeing this. As long as you're in the stream of Schoology, we're all set and we're ready to take some directions here. So let's explore the Schoology layout here. On the left-hand side, you'll see the materials, and that is going to be the stream on where I'm going to put all of our projects. And you can see I have all sorts of projects here. You might not have this many just yet, but I wanted to show you some examples, so I put a bunch of things in there. You have your updates right here for this class. You also have the grades for the class over here. So heading over to the other side of the web page now, I will see my upcoming information. And I could see that Wednesday, October 9th, the egg in a box is due. Oh my goodness, flowers due on this day, and so on and so forth. So if you have upcoming events or due dates, they'll show up on the other side. I also have my messages and my alerts and stuff like this over here on the upper side. So I can see here in the middle column, I have my assignments here. So I have my grades over on the left. I got my updates on the right hand side, and then right here in the middle I have my assignments. Now if Mr. Brzezinski ever puts a new assignment in while you're in class and you already have this open, you're going to need to refresh. You could do that by holding down the command button on the keyboard and pressing the letter R, or you could simply click on this refresh button right here to see if any new assignments have been posted. The new assignments most likely will come in at the bottom unless you have your settings set otherwise. So I'm going to attempt to refresh now and then see if the new assignment pops in here. And there it is, the Intro to Schoology. That's the one that I just posted. That's the one you're currently in. So if I click on this, it will open up my assignment. So again, you might not have to do this right now, but you could see that when I open up this window here, it says here's the assignment name, the description, when it's due, and then any links or attachments or instructions I might have will be down below. That happens for all of our projects. Also, there might be a My Document area right here. For most of the cases, you'll have a My Document. If it's in the Google Suite package, we'll have a My Document. And if your document does not load, you could always hit the refresh, Command R, or hit refresh. You may need to hit the connect button. And if they just show you a prompt here with a Google Classroom prompt or a Google Drive prompt that says connect, you click on connect and it automatically sends you through by clicking on your name and saying yes. And then when you refresh, your file will show up right here. Your file will automatically have your name on it and the name of the assignment. And you could start working on it as the video will show you. If at any time any of the features of the Google Drive or Google Draw or Google Docs, or a lot of times when you're searching for an image to import into your file, if it's not working, if Google isn't working, you may have to hit edit. And when you click on edit, it'll open this file up in a separate new tab, and then all of the Google Drive features will be available to you in a separate window then. So for this first assignment, what I'd like for you to do is just insert a picture of something that you like to do. So if I click on insert right here, image, and I'm going to search the web, and over here on the right hand side, I'll be able to search the web, and you could type in something that you like to do. You could click, or you can even do clip art. If I type in the word clip art, it'll give me pictures of clip art for what I like to do as well. So whatever you prefer, you find an image, click, drag it out here into your window, and you could also put in, and you should be doing this right now, you could do this part with me right now, and I could also put in a text box and tell Mr. B what it is that you like to do. So go ahead and do that, and when you're finished, you will see that on the other tab over here, all the information is transferring over, and it's being put on this other tab because now you have two of the same projects open at the same time, and it's updating on the other one. So as soon as you're done with this one, you could always close this one down, and then come over here to the Schoology account where you had your file, and you can easily submit the assignment right here. Are you sure you want to submit it? I click on yes, submit the assignment, and I'm ready to go. Donezo. So once you've turned in the assignment, you could go back up here to the classroom right here, wherever your technology class is, and you could check that stream again to see if you have any other work. Now I'd like to talk you through how the grades come back. So when I come in the next day and I want to see what I got graded on that project, I could go back down to the project and open it right from here, and I would be able to see that I got my document. I click on my document again, and it shows me that I got a 100 out of 100. And if I didn't get a 100, or even if maybe I did get a 100, but Mr. B wants me to know something, I can read the comments right here. But definitely, if I didn't get a 100, I should check for comments to see if Mr. Brzezinski gave me advice on how to fix this. And as you can see right here, I'm in comment only mode. That's because I submitted it, the teacher looked at it, they gave me the grade on it, and now I can't change it. However, if in this class, I'm going to give you the ability to change your projects if you wanted to fix them and finish them and get a better score. So you would have to ask, as it says right here, you would have to ask the owner for edit access. The owner would be the teacher, Mr. B, right here. So in this case, I would then go see Mr. Brzezinski and say, hey, can you unsubmit my project so that I could fix it and turn it back in again? Once Mr. Brzezinski unsubmits your project, you would refresh this, and then you would gain access to be able to make edits down here below again and get you out of comment mode and get you into edit mode. So now let's take a look at the grades for the entire course. So if I click over here on Technology 6, I will look over here and I'll see I have updates and grades. If I click on the grades, it will show me what my current average is. And of course, I've doctored this so that you see a different average than 100%. Yours most likely be a 100% at all times, of course. But you see down here, it says the graded projects. I have a 90 out of 100. So I could go back to this one, open up the project, check on the file, see if the comments were made, fix it, finish it, ask Mr. Brzezinski if I could resubmit it. Okay. I have Introduction to Schoology, which we just did right there. Oh, flower. Flower says missing. Uh-oh. So I definitely want to go back to this, figure out what happened there, make sure that I finished that, and turn that in. Here's an extra credit project for extra points, and another project for 100 out of 100. Altogether, it makes up a 72.8 because I am missing this project here. So I need to fix this, and then I will see my grade average go drastically up. So I always want to make sure that I'm checking my grades, I'm making sure I don't have any blanks, and anything that says missing on it for sure, that means the due date has already passed, and I need to make sure that I'm getting that done if I want the credit for it. Sometimes I'm going to be turning in a file that isn't on the Google Suite package. So I might need to be able to turn in a file by clicking on Submit Assignment. And then this Submit Assignment dialog box opens and it says I can upload a file. I could simply take any file that I have and drag it over top of that window right here. And when it turns green, that means I can drop it in. So sometimes I might have to open up a Finder window like this and say, okay, my project right here, and obviously I want to make sure that I have it named correctly. I can click my name real quick here just to show you an example. And then when I click on my name, I'm going to click on it, boom, I drag it into, and it uploads the file, and then I can submit from here. Sometimes I'm going to be asking for a hyperlink, and if that's the case, just hit create and then paste the hyperlink, whatever the hyperlink might be into the assignment right here. In this case, I go to the website that I want to get my my hyperlink from, and I would highlight the address and I hit copy, or I would go about the instructions to find the hyperlink from the YouTube video, and then I go back over to my project, and instead of clicking upload, I click create, and I paste in the hyperlink to where I'm trying to send Mr. Brzezinski to see my file, and then again I just hit submit down below. If there is a file from the Google Drive that I need to upload, I might need to hit resources. So if there's a file from the Google Drive, I just hit apps and it automatically should have Google Drive resources. And of course I need to approve and just go through the process of connecting myself to this drive, just double clicking, allow, etc., etc., etc. I roll right through this, and then it will start loading up my Google Drive so that I can select the file to import into the selection here so that I can submit it. And then it shows that I've already submitted that project. Obviously, if I needed to resubmit something else, there's the resubmit assignment right here, and then that will get logged as my second submission so that Mr. Brzezinski will know that I made adjustments or fixed things. Always make sure that you are fixing things before resubmitting. So that right there is Schoology in a nutshell and how it relates to the technology class. When you are finished with all your work, as is the case right now, you have finished this video, you're done, you've turned in your introduction to Schoology project there where you showed me something that you like about yourself, and if you didn't, you could always rewind this video until you find out how to do that part again. And you are finished with all your work. You could try this one out right here. It says, when I'm finished with all, make sure you're finished first, then check your grades, and if you have good grades, then you could use this time as a study hall. Do homework, read a book, study for a test, or go on a website. Relate it to another class if you have to. If you have to do some work for another class on the web, on the internet, it's fine. Use this time to expand upon a previous project, or you could do one of these approved websites. So if you wanted to do another drawing, or you wanted to do something else that I've demonstrated to you throughout the rotation, that's fine as well. But otherwise, you could do one of these little game sites. There's an alternative coding site, Code Combat, Computer Science First. There's a lot of great resources in here, so you could use one of these if you are interested. When you're done with all work, Mr. B will never give you a hard time for doing a hyperlink that is in the when you were all finished assignment there. So I do bid you a farewell, and hopefully you have a great year in technology. Mr. Brzezinski, out.